Hey guys, welcome back. Glad you could join me tonight. Hopefully the feed's coming through pretty good. Really excited about tonight's broadcast. I've been doing a little bit of work. We'll cover some of it later. And hopefully we can get this stream to work with a little bit of luck. Hopefully. So you'll notice there's quite a bit new format from last time. I've done a complete revamp of everything, my streaming and the video, and this is going to be a work in progress, guys. I hope you can join me going forward, and maybe we can make this a regular event. So once I can get confirmation that the stream is working via the comments or the YouTube side, it's delayed by about a minute on my end to do the monitor, I will move forward. And it looks like we're pretty good. Looking promising, guys. I think we're live. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on some of the stuff we have planned for tonight. Guys, I want to go through kind of a structured format. Hopefully it makes a little bit of sense, but we'll start with the community news, guys. Want to share some of the things you guys have been up to and some of the things you guys have shared. If you can do me a favor as well, post in the comments how the audio and the video is coming across. I'd appreciate that very much, guys. And we'll go ahead and get started. We'll see if we can manipulate the video here. So on... Nope. Let's try that again. There we go. This week on the MakeMe.org G+ community, both Rui Santos and Cameron Henkel shared the Arduino 048 MHz new card. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. This thing is basically an Arduino Uno and hopped up to the extreme. This thing, 48 MHz, 32-bit. That's 3 times the power of the previous Arduino, guys. That's pretty damn cool. Pretty excited about that. So if you guys get your hands on one of these, I would love to see it. I'd really like to see one of these in action, and whether it's what they're touted to be. Next in line, we had Cameron shared the Hackaday prize, and if you guys aren't familiar with this, guys, check it out. Just go to the Hackaday website and you'll probably find a link to the Hackaday prize real quick. This is for guys like us. This is for all of people around the world to submit their projects, hacks, cool Arduino stuff, robotics, you name it. And the panel of judges, which is a lot of people that'll be pretty familiar to a lot of us. You've got Lemore Freed and Dave Jones and all the rest of the big namers. Will be judging these. And the grand prize, guys, a trip to space. How cool is that for a hacker community or maker community? Potentially a trip to space. That's just beyond cool to me. I just simply love it. Next, I posted this on the community. The Make channel, if you're not already subscribed, I find this to be an absolutely stellar channel. They had some great coverage last week of the Maker Faire. If you go to the videos section, you'll find tons and tons of live feeds they did from Maker Faire. Now, the quality is a little iffy because it's pretty early on for using a Hangouts on air, multiple camera angles at a live event, but I have to say they did a damn good job. I really enjoyed some of these. There's a little bit of everything. Whatever your interests are, odds are you'll probably find something pretty cool. This one, I think we have Thurk with us. I can't look at the comments right now, but Thurk shared his 777 simulator build. I guess it was part 5 of the video. I haven't checked out the previous ones, or maybe I have. And I watch a lot of videos. I might have missed it. This one, Thurk, if you're watching, could you do me a favor and post this into the G Plus community so others can find it? This is really, really cool, and I have a question for you. How did you make those knobs? One of the things for making flight simulators, guys, really tough stuff, is reproducing some of the components to be accurate. And Thurk's got some really, really cool overhead knobs, so curious how you did that. Ask an Engineer last week. It covered the Arduino Zero as well. There's some good information on it. If you're not familiar, this is Adafruit Industries channel. I look forward to this. Is a live broadcast every week, guys. I just love this, as well as the show and tell, which we'll touch on again a little bit later. They do live every Wednesday night, back to back, and in this one, like I mentioned, the Arduino Zero was covered, but as well, Lemore, the one on the left here, if you're not familiar with her, posted up some really cool coverage tutorial on the Adafruit site on how to use the SDR. So it's really cool to see this stuff going mainstream, guys. I'm pretty impressed with it. Really enjoy kind of seeing those types of things. That's enough of that. I'll see if I can get a look at the comments and see how things are going. And looks like loud and clear in Seattle from Kurt. Hey Kurt, thank you. Much appreciated. Thurk is in the room. Hi, he says hi, Eric. And Kurt, trip to space, awesome. Yes, that is the ultimate prize, guys. I can't believe that this, for a maker community, this is the potential top prize. I think you can take a cash out as well, but if you had a chance to do a trip to space, would you take the cash out? What do you guys think of that? I'm a little torn. Cash is king, but damn, trip to space, guys, way cool. I have to say, that'd be pretty fun. But yeah, well, we'll see what the winner gets. I don't have anything good to submit to it, guys. I've got lots of silly projects on the go. If you guys submit anything, please share it. I'm super excited that the people I generally gravitate towards, the people who are watching this right now, people who are watching this in the future, odds are some of those are probably entrants. So I would love to see that. So next up on the docket, if I can get it to go here, I would like to cover some stuff from my workshop, from the makeme.org workshop, content sharing, goofy little bit of everything. From the shop. High altitude balloon, guys. Pretty good update on this. So we are scheduled to launch this weekend. I've got some things to sort out, as always. Hopefully, guys, we can make this happen. The predictions are good right now. I see no reason we can't launch on Saturday morning. I'll be posting it on Twitter and G+. I'll make sure you guys all know about it. I don't think we can do a live stream of the actual launch. I don't think that's going to work out. It's just going to be too busy. There's only two of us doing ground crew and recovery, myself and my best friend Sasha. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can get this thing back, but all the testing, you guys have seen it in YouTube videos. You've seen it from the ground up, and I know there are ways to go yet. It's not going to be perfect, but hopefully we can get it there. The robot arm. A little bit of work on this lately, guys. As you've seen in some previous videos, I've linked this thing to my brain. Did a DIY brain interface, worked out pretty good. Last week, Adafruit contacted me. Really cool. They featured it on their Adafruit blog. Big thank you, Adafruit. That's really awesome of you. I'm kind of a little bit humbled, but I can't believe that it got a little bit of exposure on a site that big. That Adafruit's really big, guys. So I was pretty happy and in their debt for sharing that. So really happy. Some big things going on. This is the InMove robot build. This is the rest, or the upper portion of the robot that, well, the arm came from. Thank you, Guy L from France, for making this device, for making the files available, for developing it. What I've been doing is working on the head. So you would have seen an initial project build. This weekend, I officially finished the last parts for the head. Everything is 3D printed. This is a big box, guys. This is just for the head alone. This is all the mechanisms for the neck up, and including a neck stand, who someone nicely posted on Thingiverse. So that was a quick print on Friday night. I should be able to prototype this on the bench and get that rolling. So look forward to those. If this kind of thing interests you, please know in the comments, guys. Pretty excited about it, but that picture there on the right is what he will look like. That's the final result, and it will be a carbon copy of that. A little bit of a sneak peek for you guys, some items that are upcoming. I have a couple of software-defined radio videos on the way, and also I'd like to share some from other content creators on the SDRs. I don't know whether Kurt is with us. Kurt at Strange Beacons. Kurt, could you share your most recent video on the community page? Saves me putting all these links in the show notes, because I'd like other people to see these. Sorry to drag you guys out into posting your own links, but Kurt puts out some really great videos on some really cool signals you can receive with these things. If you're not familiar with them, these things are the $10 USB dongle that turns your computer into a wideband receiver. And Kurt's been putting out some pretty cool stuff on emergency action messages and some various other signals. It's pretty cool stuff, guys. I enjoy it, and I think you might too. I still have the flight simulator video. It's not made, guys. I haven't got around to doing the main instrument panel lighting retrofit like I had planned this weekend. Too many things got in the way, but look forward to that coming up. I'd like to do that MIP lighting retrofit and take a couple of flights, but it's summertime here in Ontario, and summer is fleeting in Canada, so I plan on doing these, but we'll see how we make out. This one was cool, guys. This is the Nokia 5110 LCD that I use with my my Arduino projects. This thing is that display is a $3 LCD display. It was made for cell phones, for the Nokia phones. There's tons of them available at $3 a shot, guys. So what I did is I initially started making a data logger. I actually have part of it sitting here. And one of my subscribers took the code that I was using, that wasn't my own, for the graphing function, and revamped it to make it more efficient, because the Arduino is a slow device. These things, not a lot of bandwidth, not a lot of sampling rate. He reworked it to be a little bit more optimal and a little better display on the code, and I tested it out. It works great. It's you can actually make a graphing multimeter out of an Arduino, out of a $3 display and a sub $5 Arduino. That takes us forward, guys. Next video you're going to see out on the channel, this is the thumbnail from it. If you're not already using Arduino boards, I just wanted to give people an option. So I remember how daunting these were, and I didn't even understand what they were. And initially, everyone was talking about Arduino. I'm like, what the hell is that? It turns out it's everything you can imagine for I/O to either a project or your PC or you name it. And now that I've got a little bit, I'm no expert. Now that I've got a little bit clearer vision on what we can do and what we can make, I wanted to give people an entry point. I don't have it here with me, but I initially bought some starter kits, and they were about, I think they were about $60. It came with the Arduino Uno that's on the screen, which I don't particularly like. I like the smaller ones a lot better. But and it came with a bunch of jumpers and a few other buttons and switches and blah blah blah. It really, in hindsight, I wish I didn't do that. So look forward to this video coming up, guys. If you're not already in, I'll give you a way to get in for under $15 in any currency, in US or Canadian. I should caveat that. Under $15, you can get started and start building stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Glad to share. So guys, I want to see what's going on in the chat. Unfortunately, I don't have a third monitor, so when I'm doing that screencasting, I can't see what you guys are up to. So we'll do a quick check. So Thirk told me I made the molds of the knobs and casted them in plastic. That is super cool. That is devotion right there. I didn't go that far on the Lear. I actually waited till I had a 3D printer, and I wish I would have taken that kind of a tact. I probably would have learned a lot more. I kind of took the easy road, but that is super cool. From the ground up, molded yourself at home. Big thumbs up. Make a video on the knobs. Yes, please do, sir. Much appreciated. Kurt's going to post the link. Very, very cool, sir. I'm just going to see whether we can actually... I'm just looking at the other feeds, guys. I'll explain why in a minute. Trying to see whether we can tell how many people are actually watching here, but I don't think I can without screwing up the feed. Anyway, doesn't matter. ZX Flea, you're a great hobbyist. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's nice to hear. Leroy made it. Hey Leroy, good to see you here. Eric, have you done anything with projection mapping from ZX Flea? No, I have not. I'm afraid I have not gotten into any of that. If you have any information, actually, can you post that on the G Plus page as well? Guys, the G Plus page is the easiest for me to just ask you guys to share it. I'm finding the Google Plus really, really quick and easy for us. Or you can post it on the forum as well. But yeah, if you have any information on that, I'd be curious. Kurt can't post links into this feed. Likely there's some sort of anti-spam that is blocking link text. Yeah, odds are it probably is, and I can't work with it in the feed to be like a moderator. It just simply doesn't work that way in the YouTube feed. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. Kurt says shows 6 people watching right now. Much appreciated, Kurt. Thank you. So guys, I'm gonna move on to some channel news. Last live broadcast, which was absolutely atrocious for quality, the last 2. We'll get to that again in a minute. I did the software-defined radio SDR case giveaway. So I had upped this from 2 to 5 cases, and I did the draws, and it turned out one of our winners was ineligible. He was actually in Australia or New Zealand. So I had to draw another name, guys. So Tom, Hamrad88, Tom Styles, you may subscribe to his channel. He is our 5th winner, and I'm just waiting to hear back on his address, and I'll get these shipped out. Congrats, guys. Kurt, who is in the chat here, is also a winner. I was really happy to see that, because Kurt's done a lot to support my channel and always has something good to say and throws out some great content. So really glad you guys won. On to the live broadcasts. So as you know, our previous attempts at live broadcast failed miserably. I had to do a complete 180 on my setup, and what I found was G Plus sucks. I should clarify that the Google Hangouts on Air is very not configurable, and I would be able to pull you guys in here into a live hangout and do live video and audio, but the feed is uncontrollable. I can't control the encoding. I can just drop the quality back, which is pretty sad considering the stream overlay, even your name overlay at the bottom, that it would have been somewhere in there, would go like 240 resolution when you dropped it back to 720. It's just sickening. So I started investigating a little further, and I found that there is a way, what I was used to with Justin TV, that I can cram my stream right down YouTube's throat, essentially. Stream it right to the server. It takes a little bit of work, but what I found was Open Broadcaster Studio, and that's what I'm using here, guys. That's what I did, these overlays and the scrolling text, everything. Very similar to what I was used to with VidBlaster. Except without the silly watermarks all the way up there. Worked pretty good. This is open source, guys. Open source software, free for everyone. It's not perfect. I can't preview what I want to show you on the screen, which is a little bit frustrating, but I think we can get around that. The main point was we were able to get the stream moving at 720, and now I am broadcasting attempted at 720, but you'll notice I've resized the video a little bit to make room for the graphics and stuff. I did test at full screen at 720. I can't really do it on my internet connection as it was, so drop the size down a little bit, drop the encoding rate down a little bit. We're good to go. We're live. Hopefully this stream is coming back to you guys in good quality, and most importantly, I'm shooting for good audio, guys. If you could post in the comments and let me know how this is coming through, I'd really appreciate it. This is #1 of Tech Talk. I would like to make this a reoccurring event, but I can only do so much testing on my own. So that is the flip side of this. Saturday I spent 7.5 hours testing this and working through the settings and getting it good to go on my current internet connection at the time. Got to this point, we're pretty good. Previous to that, I know the story jumps around a little bit, I started working on the internet connection itself. And I'd like to tell you guys something, I'd like to share something with you about ISPs and your options. Everything is different wherever you might be, but this is my experience. So here I am with a cooperative. It's a local company. It covers a fairly large swath of area, and they provide my TV, my internet service, my phone via a fiber optic line right into my house. This being a cooperative, I thought I could get a hold of the local office and see what I could do about some bandwidth. So I was working on my initial bandwidth, guys. What we're set up with is 0.8 megabits up and 20 meg down. For any of you in the cities, this is probably pretty sad, but unfortunately this is the max we're allowed for residential. I called them up and I said, what can we do? I need some more up so I can stream some video. And the internet support department put me through to the billing department. Billing department told me, you can sign up for commercial, no problem. Commercial is very expensive, guys, and in all honesty, their I would have had less download bandwidth, and I would have got the upload I needed for a very large sum of money per month. And at this stage, YouTube channel does not support this. We just can't get there yet. So I called them back, and I asked if they could investigate a little further at giving a changing of the business plan. And I got through to some front desk people, and they ran it up the line, called me back. No. I called the competition, guys. We all do it. We've got to advocate for ourselves and our money. Called the competition up. The competition just slaughtered them. Now, I'm sure there's probably some hidden things that I didn't fully discover, but initial sign-over agreement just for commercial internet, I could have got all the bandwidth I needed to upload. It would have been a 40-40 connection, which is, for my area, pretty impressive. 40 down, 40 up. Plenty enough to do 1080p streams. I called back, and I actually went into the office, into my local ISP office, and I more or less pleaded with the office staff, you're not giving me a choice here, guys. Gonna need to move. Couldn't do much. So I went home. Thought about it, and us being the resourceful people that we are, I couldn't leave it at that. So I looked up some numbers, and I found the chairman of the board of directors out of the local office. I've got his name, and it turns out he's the general manager for the company. I called him up. Guys, with a cooperative, you are a shareholder and a member. You can vote. They will answer the phone. I got through on the phone to him, explained the situation. He said, we'll get you an answer, yay, nay, or otherwise, by the end of next week. This was Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Friday afternoon, 3:30, local internet support calls me. One of the technicians, very knowledgeable fellow, explains to me that the chairman of the board had called him up, and we were to investigate this to its fullest, and they would do whatever they can do to help me, and I would do whatever I can to help them, at least investigate whether there's some options. This morning, they called me up, guys. They bumped my upload speed up to 2 meg up, and we're testing this. It's not going to be sufficient, but I'm working directly with them to see what they do. And obviously want to be honest, right? I could just ask for a silly number, but I'm going to try and help them formulate a business plan that works for people who want to stream, or anyone who needs a larger amount of upload bandwidth, but not necessarily a business package, because that's cost prohibitive. But at the same time, I understand there as a business, they need to have a break between the residential and the business, and it needs to be a significant one. If you're going to be doing business type stuff and need lots of upload, obviously they need to be making money at a business rate. Long story short, guys, at the end of the day, I was able to work with them. I'm still working with them, and hopefully, technically, if we get everything sorted out, I may even be able to bring you a 1080p feed live. So really looking forward to that. Long story, guys, but I really wanted to share it. This is the difference. The competition was Eastlink. If anyone is in Canada or familiar with Eastlink, that's not a company I can just call up their chairman of the board. It's just can't happen. And same with Bell and all the other Comcast, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to call the chairman of the board. You can't go to the annual meeting and have a say. If you get the chance, go with cooperative whenever you can, guys. At least you have a say. Anyway, ZX Flea was nice enough to tell me that, yes, the audio and video are perfect. Well, thank you very much. That's appreciated. Leroy said, very stable, good audio, nice video. Tell me the name of the software again, please. If you're referring to the casting software, it is Open Broadcaster software. I'm using version 0.624B. Just downloaded on Saturday. Totally alien to me, but really easy to figure out, guys. So pretty happy with it. Considering we're streaming at a reduced bit rate to like I mentioned, I did a lot of tweaking to get this to work, and had to cheat some things and work with the encoder to get the stream to work for tonight. But I was able to do it. It's a little reduced quality, but hey, it's better than nothing. Stephen Kiberton says, "Evening, Eric." Hey, Stephen, good to have you here. Much appreciated. ZX, please switch your ISP. I'm sure others will give way better offerings. Yeah, well, hopefully the end of the story kind of tells it best. There are better offerings, but when you get the chance to work with a company directly, and I'm really loyal to them. I'll be honest, guys. I've been with them since I was a teenager. It's a local company, and I like working with local companies. I don't like seeing the big namers take over and have a monopoly, and I also like being able to show up at the annual meeting, and if I don't like the way things are going, I can vote against someone, a board member, getting a seat on the board. That's cooperative for you guys. We're actually shareholders. So Kurt, way to go re-pursuing your ISP options. In response you got, I wish everyone would do that. Yes, I wish so too. Leroy found the software. That's it, the OBS software. Perfect. And Kurt says, looking forward to seeing some future videos regarding the STR. Me too, guys. Really excited about it. So I actually don't know right now. I have a couple ideas in mind for some SDR videos, but in all honesty, guys, there's hundreds and hundreds of them out there, and I think a lot of it's been kind of done already. Not sure. We'll see where that goes. I've got at least 2 ideas in mind that I'm a little excited about. A note, you'll notice the camera also, you may not have noticed it because the stream was kind of cruddy last time. The camera is different now, guys. What I did on the weekend is I went out and got a Logitech C920. Bernacules and Jay's 2 cents gave this thing a heck of a good review. This is the camera you're viewing me on now. You're viewing me in 720 from the camera alone and a down-tuned feed. The camera is capable of 1080p, and I am super excited about it, guys. If you're looking for an awesome webcam, spend a couple of bucks and get the C920. You can't fail. It's touted as the Carl Zeiss lens, 15 megapixel, full 1080p, full stereo mic. The mic does suck. It's a webcam. You're getting me on my MXL 990 USB mic, which is also a really good bargain for the price. It's actually cheaper than the webcam. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, guys. That's the video improvements. The audio side, I got some comments on the video. I was actually looking for comments, guys, and feedback on my previous video, the unboxing on the mailbag. I got this lavalier mic. It's a cabled lavalier mic, and what I'm doing now is I'm feeding this into my H4n recorder. This is a pretty high quality digital recorder, works pretty awesome. I'm feeding that in and then redubbing it back to the videos, guys, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with the results, and the feedback I got on the videos was very good. So finally getting the audio to a better level. The problem I had, I wanted to use this with the cast tonight. This with the lavalier plugged into the PC for some reason is picking up crazy amounts of noise. It's definitely 60 hertz noise. You can tell just by hearing it. It's lighting hydro interference coming in. I don't understand where it was coming from, unless it was from the mic extension that I used from the H4n back to the PC. So I decided to go with the MXL 990. Hopefully it's working out pretty good. It's a mic that I used to live broadcast sometimes in the past, and the results are usually pretty good. I can't do any tweaking on the fly though, so hopefully it's coming in well. Steven said, by the way, I'm glad to see the progress on the space project. Yes, well, hopefully by the end of the week, you will see this live. And it doesn't ever go far from me at this stage. I'm basically glued at the hip to this thing. And guys, I'm a little bit worried about it. There's still a lot to do. I still have to make the helium filling rig. I'm supposed to get the rigging dropped down, the parachute and lines tomorrow. Actually, he wanted to drop it off tonight, but I was doing this cast, so it's only a few days away, guys. Hopefully Mother Nature plays nice, but the weather patterns have been awesome, so I think we're in pretty good shape. I really think we might actually get this thing to near space by Saturday. Projections with the 600-gram balloon are about 84,000 feet-ish. Depending, we can actually push that a little higher if the weather conditions are optimal. We can go for a slower ascent rate and go for a little bit more max height. But it's kind of like not really Russian roulette, but it's you're playing with you're playing with recovery or video. You can take the chances, or you can go for a little lower altitude with a little bit more guaranteed recovery area. So we'll see how that goes. Scott Maven says, now that the HAB project is drawing to close, do you have any new Arduino projects lined up? Yes, I do, Scott. Too many of them, in fact. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have a bit of a starter series of videos, which not really builds, but I want to share those first. And then we're going to move into wireless networking and between Arduino boards using the NRF modules, which they're not here right now. They were on my last lousy quality cast. Using the NRFs, I plan on linking multiple Arduinos together, and I will see if I can pull up the final components I just purchased to round out a bit of home automation. Using the NRFs, we should be able to get multiple Arduinos talking to each other without a problem. And from there, we can take and share the data between them from different... what the heck? Okay, well, I can't show you that because eBay just forced me to reset my password. So between all of the multiple Arduino modules, we should be able to... I'm going to start with home security. I was trying to think of an application that everyone could use. So what I got is the PIR sensor, the passive infrared sensor. You know, those little white globes you see on security lights or yard lights that turn on automatically. Those PIR sensors, I think I got 10 of them off of eBay on Friday night, and hopefully I'll have them in a week or two. And between those, we should be able to link the Arduinos and use it as a rudimentary security system. As well, I'd like to link my kegerator downstairs just for giggles, because I'll have an Arduino close by. I might as well monitor something, so temp and humidity tower, tap temp. And, hey, why not? Let's make an automated kegerator, and we'll see what we end up deciding to do with all the data and all the sensor feeds as we move forward. That's about the only component I really have planned. That's actually guaranteed to be a video at some point. I've got lots of other ideas, but we'll see how they work out. Thurk asked, how much longer are you going to be streaming? I'm going to shut this down by 8 p.m. at the latest. Not going to go beyond an hour tonight, guys. Steven says, I can't wait to see the footage. Yes, me too. If you guys want to see a preview, just check out, just Google high altitude balloon, and you'll see all kinds of images and videos from 80,000 plus feet. Everything over about 65,000 feet you're pretty much, you're above the Armstrong line. I think the Armstrong line is what, 67,000 feet or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But everything up above that, you're pretty much into the stratosphere. So pretty cool. Kurt says, really look forward to the HAB launch. Just keep it out of Lake Huron. Yeah. My last video, you would have seen the recoveries would have put it in the lake. Obviously, that's no good. We can't have that. But the weather patterns are at least moving out of the south now, so there's a chance of us not. Okay, I'll rephrase that. There is zero chance of us launching if the wind is coming out of the north. We cannot go into southwestern Ontario further than where I am by about more than 50 kilometers. We're into Toronto Pearson airspace, one of the busiest airspaces in North America, second to like LAX and Chicago and New York, LaGuardia. It's just crazy busy. We can't be landing there, so we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to it. Stephen Kibberton says, did you watch the Felix Beaumont Gardner, yeah, I can't pronounce his last name, jump from the edge of space? I was glued to YouTube when he did that jump. The view was awesome. Yes, I did watch that live. Was that 2 falls ago? I watched that live, as pretty much every geek, nerd, maker, hobbyist, space nut did. And cheers, Thurk. Thurk's got to go. I watched that live, and just about a month ago, a friend put me on to the movie about it. It's on Netflix, and I can't remember what the name of it is. If anybody knows it, post it. It was really, really good. I was kind of impressed. There was a lot of information in there why our feed cut out for so long when we were watching it live. I think it cut out for like, I'd say 10 or 12 minutes. And yeah, it explained that he had a bit of a visor fogging problem and kind of freaked out. And he's kind of a different breed of cat, that guy. I don't know whether he was really cut out for it, but at the end of the day, he got it done. So very cool. Leroy said picked up a couple of G-Node Arduino clones with the 915 megahertz radios on them. Cool. Planning on doing the same. Very cool, Leroy. I would like to see that. That's the 915 meg on board. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen those. That sounds interesting. So Jaden says, phew, internet finally came back. Glad I didn't miss it. Yes, Jaden, good to have you here. Pretty much, we've got just a few more minutes here. I'm going to actually try to be done before 8 p.m. my time. Preferably a little bit before that, guys. But yeah, glad to have you here. One other item I wanted to mention for upcoming videos. I mentioned in the last video I was going to do some Raspberry Pi work. There will be a video coming up on the Pi, but guys, I'm just frustrated with that thing. I love Linux. I love the concept behind it. I absolutely detest dealing with the connectivity of the Pi. It's a beautiful device, but when I want to program a circuit and test it immediately, I want that output to do what I want it to do. I don't want to have to manually type it in LeafPad or whatever. I'm sure I could get the browser working better on the Pi and copy and paste the code, but Arduino, I just copy and paste and program it. So guys, I am looking to get into the PC Arduino and ditch the Pi altogether. I'll be honest. I'm a PC guy, and I love the concept of the Linux and everything about it, but I would like to get working on the PC Arduino, and then the code is familiar to me. I love the Arduino code, and I'm a newcomer at it, and I simply love it. It's standard, and everybody's using it. Really, really, really cool. So Scott asks, how much did you purchase your barometric pressure sensor for the Arduino? Not much. I don't have the exact, yeah, I probably won't find it live. I have two different ones. I have the MPL unit, which is this one. Let's see if we can actually get it out. This is the I2C from Adafruit, and it is the MPL 115A2. I think I paid about $8 for this thing. The cheaper ones that I have, there's a whole bunch of them in the box that are actually a way better sensor than this one. This one is not that great. Actually, it's not bad, but the resolution's not the best. The other ones, I want to say, I think I paid less. It was definitely less than $1 a piece for, guys. So if you're looking to see how I do it, I did do a video on my channel on how to buy things on eBay, and how to buy electronics on eBay. And if you want to know how much I paid, odds are you can just go there, see how I did it, and sort by the free shipping, top rated seller, and you'll find out how much I paid. So Kurt says, where is the best place online to check for notices about the date and time for the upcoming HAB launch? I will post it on the dedicated makeme.org, mkme.org website, on the tab dedicated to the HAB tracking. If we're a go for a Saturday launch, I will have it posted on there, and I'll make it in big bold letters that we're a go for the next day, and I'll maybe see about making that live that night. I've kept it offline because the thing updates with this HAB position all the time, so you can literally see me walking around in my backyard. And I love YouTube, but I don't want anybody to come kill me, guys. Please don't come kill me. Just don't do that. So I've kept it offline so that people don't see literally the outline of my yard with this thing. But anyway, I will post it there. I will also post it on Twitter that we're going live, and I will post it on G+ as well. And hopefully I make sure everybody knows about it. Leroy says, I'll post a link to them on G+. Pretty neat devices. Yes, please, Leroy. I'm actually pretty interested in that. Anything with onboard wireless. This is back to those Arduino boards with the onboard, was it 900 meg, 915 meg, whatever it was. If that's on board, that's cool. That saves a lot of wiring, and the thing is ready to go. I can appreciate that for custom applications like home security and stuff like that. I think those would be really handy, especially if the price point is right. And if the price point isn't right, odds are it'll be cloned and you can buy it overseas pretty quick. That's the thing about this open source, guys. I love supporting the big namers, but when it comes down to dollars and cents, I'm gonna source it where the price is best for me, for small stuff like this stuff. I'm not gonna make or break a company by a couple of bucks. So Steven says, yeah, it's almost 23:45 here. Yep. Well, not here, I'm afraid. I can try and push. Actually, no, I can't push back these online these live broadcasts any more than they already are. This is the earliest that I can make it, and I would like you guys to post if you would like this to be an ongoing live event. Please let me know. This is why I do it, guys, to talk to you guys, and I'm just loving staring at this comment feed right now and actually getting to interact with the people that I get like a quick message back and forth with you guys here and there. These names I recognize, all of you guys, and really appreciate you guys showing up for this. If you'd like it to be an ongoing thing, I kind of would, so let me know. Rui asked, have you tried the Beagle Blown Black? No, I have not. That thing looks really cool, but it kind of, I gravitated towards the PC Duino immediately, and I have no reason for it. I have no basis, no grounds, no nothing. I haven't one of them, but I just can't help but think that the PC Duino is more along the lines of what I'm used to and what I'm comfortable with. But if anybody knows anybody who has a BeagleBlown that wants to send it in and have me give it a try, I gladly will. Otherwise, I won't be ordering one. Kurt asks, is Arduino pretty easy for electronic newbies to work with? Yes, Kurt, it is. It is far easier than you would ever think. So, an analogy that keeps coming to my mind, has anybody ever wanted to make a timer and ever resorted to like a dollar store alarm clock? Now, I'm not talking explosive timers here, guys. I'm talking like a timer for anything, and you have to resort, your only method for making one easily is actually taking a clock and actually making contacts. This is what I equate Arduino to, that you can create something like that in under 5 minutes. The things are so easy. These bridges between the gaps, when you want to control an I/O, make a timer, dim something, wireless link something, and it just goes on and on and on. Guys, the video that's coming up this week, $15, and that's including the LCD, the Arduino, the breadboard, and the wiring. Get you started, $15. Less than that, and if you're in the US, you can do it for I think it was about $11.50. I worked it out in US dollars, but I posted it as 15 because I wanted to cover the Canadians. Check it out, give it a try. You'll be amazed what you can link it with. There's no limits. You don't need to think about doing crazy transistor work to control an I/O anymore. You can actually let the Arduino do the work. It's pretty amazing. So, lost track on the comments. Rui said, yes, it's a great alternative to the Raspberry Pi. I totally agree, Rui. Yes, Kurt, definitely best choice. Yep, like I mentioned, well, you'll see it in the video, guys. This particular board, this is my favorite. This is the Arduino Nano. It has the bootloader on board, USB on board, a large number of input and output. You can do crazy stuff with this tiny little board. And like I said, another $15. So you'll see that coming up. It'll go live this week. Scott said, yeah, the video has been working great so far, but I can't find a super cheap barometric pressure sensor as of yet. Well, I'll keep looking. I will actually, if you want to just post that in G+, I'll respond to it there. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the model number of the baro sensors that I'm using, this one, and as well as the cheaper ones that I have. Rui said, everyone needs to reset the eBay password. I've also received that email. Yeah, I got that email just before the broadcast, actually. And I actually heard about it like 2 weeks ago, that eBay was hacked like 2 months ago. And some people got notified via email long before others. So I saw it on a live broadcast, and I can't remember which one it was. It might have even been Jay's 2 cents or one of those. I just got the email today, and just being forced now, I was buying things on eBay on the weekend. I bought those PIR sensors and 2 other things, like a couple dollar items. Never had a problem. So really funny that eBay would notify some before others. Meanwhile, the database was hacked 2 months ago. What do you think about that, guys? I think that's pretty craptacular of eBay. That's pretty shitty. So anyway, we'll see. Kurt wants me to continue the live broadcast. He says he's really enjoying it. Kurt, I'm loving this. I love getting together with you guys. I'm really enjoying this a lot. And considering this is number 1, hopefully we can make this regular occurrence and make it better and better. Keep posting your content. I would like to share the community items each week from either posted on the Make Me forum or the G+ community, and I would like to do kind of a round robin each week. Really enjoy sharing other people's projects because I get so many ideas from you guys. I really do. Even if it's just the social media messages and whatnot, I get ideas. I'm just a sponge that way. So Leroy said, yes, yes, ongoing. I'll show up when I can. Very cool. +1 to that from Steven. Consensus is keep on the live broadcast, guys. Pretty cool. Glad to see that. Vic Creed asks, did you use rubber bands for finger resistance? If not, why not? What if this is on the InMove robot arm project? I can't see that any. Can't think of anything else it could be. The InMove arm that I made doesn't need resistance, finger resistance. It actually, the servos are just a pull, and the lines, the tendons are a single loop around that pulley that's keyed to the pulley. So when the servo runs one way, the finger extends. When it runs the other way, it retracts. And if the lines are perfectly taut, you have no room to give, no nothing. It's a one-to-one. It's like a mechanical connection and very strong. So it didn't need to do the rubber bands. I've seen some people use the rubber bands on the retract. Excuse me. And that makes a lot of sense because then you don't have to compensate for slack in the tendons. So if I was rebuilding it, I wouldn't use rubber bands. I would use probably surgeon's tubing. What do they call that? The stuff you make slingshots and water balloon slingers out of. Surgical tubing, or an actual spring. And I would put that only on the retract side, and it would only be effective just to keep tension if there was slack in the line on the retract. So hopefully that answers that. Could have been way off. Leroy said G nodes 250 US. Got mine from Hamvention in Dayton for $20 each. Hey, cool. I'll check out the link when I get a minute here, guys. I'm really curious about these things, G nodes. Actually, I'm gonna check it out right now. And maybe, just maybe, let's pull this up. Left monitor full screen. So these are the ones he was talking about. G-Node V6, 1950 to 2250. Collaboration. Got some people. You can vary the frequency. You can do 915 or 434. That is pretty cool. Huh. I've got to check this. It's got an Atmega 328 on board with voltage regulator on board. Now that is mighty cool. I have to say, that thing interests me. That could be a lot of fun, guys. Huh. I'm going to check that out a little further after the show. See what that's all about. Definitely sounds pretty cool. So Kurt says he'd love to use something like the Arduino to build a simple CW beacon. Well, I think actually the link that we just showed would be an all-in-one solution for just that. You can also use the Pi. That would be the one and only project that I'm going to do. You can use the Pi to do a transmitter, and you can do a CW beacon. You can do whatever you want on it. But the odds of there's no control over the transmission. Those GPIO pin transmitter antenna it's going to splatter the snot out of every adjoining frequency and God knows how many others. The Arduino stuff you can buy dedicated, like the one I showed, or some dedicated amateur band transmitter modules, like under $10, no problem. Link it to the Arduino, make it do whatever you want. You want to broadcast APRS, no problem. IC Station, I noticed it was under $10. Had GPS receivers. You plug that into a $4 Arduino board, hook it up to sub $10 transmitter module. You got an APRS transmitter. I don't know what you need for range though. If you just need it real close, no problem. If you need to reach out and really touch something, I don't know what the transmitter modules would run. 30 or 40 bucks I think would be a fair guess. So what do we got? Scott Maben said, with the Nokia 5110 LCDs, have you tried linking them in series? If not, that could make for an interesting video. No, I have not. I have not tried multiple LCDs in, from the same bus. In all honesty, it kind of scared me a little bit. I thought about it. I was going to do it for the Learjet project, but once I finally got the thing working, I didn't want to add another one to the bus. I just wanted to leave it alone. I think that would be interesting. I don't know how the existing libraries would work for going to multiple LCDs. You'd probably have to either bit bang it or hack the library somewhat to talk to each individual one. I'm not sure how that would work. If you've got any ideas, I'm all ears. Let me know. I don't know how you do that without actually bit banging it all the way through, and I am just not into that, guys. I use, for these 5110s, I use the Adafruit library. Lamore and the Adafruit team did the work, did the legwork. It's an incredibly robust library. It works extremely well, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. You can run it on, well, it leaves tons of room on these Nanos, tons and tons of space. I just stick with pre-made libraries. So Vic said, right, tension is what I meant. Yes, that's what I meant. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that worked out. So Wesley says, loving the video and the audio quality. Well, I'm really glad that's coming through well. This is the mic that it's coming through on now. It's the MXL9. I'd like to actually throw a thanks to yet another YouTube content creator. His name is Craig. You might have seen him, CraigTube, if you've ever searched beer on YouTube. CraigTube is a channel by Craig, who's local to me, and at the beginning he did a lot of how-to videos on casting, and we were all using Justin TV at the time, and I think thanks to him everyone got these MXL microphones. Compared to the Yeti and some others, these things are an incredibly great microphone for way less cost. And Craig was the guy who was out there kind of pioneering it, showing off his beer brewing, but at the same time showing off how to do a live broadcast on, at that time, Justin TV. Funny enough, the settings and process are exactly the same for YouTube here. The only drawback is the OBS software I'm using here tonight is a little bit not quite as good. I can't do live previews. If I was to do some transitions between stuff, it goes live. I can't preview it, so it's kind of annoying that way. So Kurt says, this has been a great broadcast. Thanks for doing it. I'll definitely be tuning in for future shows. Thank you, Kurt. That means a ton. I really appreciate the kind words and the support, guys. I love this time with you guys, so I can't, I have no words. I just love this. So glad you guys are getting something out of it. I was a little nervous before we went live. I did a lot of changes, obviously, to the stream and to the hardware and to the software, and learning a lot, and I'm fumbling my way through some of it. Hopefully it's coming through all right. Really glad you guys could be here. Leroy said, wouldn't all the 5110s have the same SPI address? Yeah, that's kind of what I was... So what I was thinking is I wondered whether you wanted to address them different and have different display items to different screens. If they all have the same SPI address, they'd all get the same content. No? Post back, let me know. Scott said, I believe it's something to do with the chip select pin, but mine are all still in the mail, so I can't test. Yeah. Well, the chip select will definitely address the the display differently and actually contact it, but not sure how that's going to work. Okay, guys, we're getting to the end here. Kurt says, oh, I forgot to mention I passed the exam for my amateur radio technician license. I'm now studying to take the exam for general. We have to get you licensed so we can talk on Echolink. Yeah, guys, I haven't had any time for it, and the problem is not, I really don't think I'd have too much trouble passing the exam. But the problem is there's no examiners anywhere close to me, so it's an hour and a bit drive to the city to go and take the exam. Guys, I don't want to talk on, I just don't need to transmit that badly. I can't justify even the gas price for doing that. I would love to post some videos and make some use of it, but I'm able to spend the time that I would have done that to figure out this live broadcasting software and reach out to as many people as I want on the internet, the interwebs. I can't get my head in it, Kurt. I would love to, would really love to for some Arduino projects like the balloon tracking. Man, that would have been nice if I had a license to just do APRS. Oh, it would have been way easier than dealing with a silly backup cell phone. But yeah, we'll see. Congrats though on your license, Kurt. Big congrats, buddy. Anyway, like I mentioned, guys, if you haven't checked out Kurt's channel, check it out. Congrats. Yeah, Leroy says congrats, Kurt. That's great. So I'm going to just check out. We're pretty much over our limit for time here, guys. I want to cut it, well, not short. We've been an hour, guys. Very cool. Pretty happy I got to spend an hour with you guys. Enjoyed it a lot. I'd like to show you one last thing just so I can say it does exist. And I'd like to get some feedback, whether it be a private message, otherwise. Guys, this is the Patreon campaign that I spoke of before. This is the Kickstarter for content creators. My Patreon campaign does exist. I can't finish it. I just can't get to the end of it. So basically with Patreon, some people who ever felt like donating, P.S. my videos will always remain free. This is the disclaimer. They will always remain free. People who feel like donating can donate a set amount to a person, a content creator each month. It can start at, I think it's like 10 cents and goes up to whatever you want it to be. Guys, I can't figure out the reward structure for this. I just can't. I can't get there. I've thought about, for corporate sponsors, having ads on the web page, which kind of makes my skin crawl a little bit, but if they're in line with our community, I'd be okay with it. Custom forums for people who donate. I can't get there. I need your help, guys, on what, if you were to donate right now, say 50 cents to a content creator each month, because you can do that, 50 cents a month to subscribe to someone's channel. Actually, it's not to subscribe, it's just donating. What would you want back? Would you want live broadcasts? Would you want a dedicated forum area for your projects? Because God knows we've got storage out there now, guys. You can post stuff everywhere. The trick is putting it all in one place. Would you want access to private videos that other people don't get? I don't know, guys. I'd really love your help with this. I'm really struggling. I would like to set up the Patreon campaign. People have said they would like to donate and help build the channel, build the community. This money would go back into the community, but the reward structure has to be to benefit the people that are donating. And I'm just struggling. Like, I can't say I'm going to give you a half an hour per month one-on-one time, blah, blah, blah. I just can't get there. I can't guarantee it. I don't know whether that would even be of value. So I'm I'm really struggling with this, guys. The money from this goes right back into the channel. It doesn't go into my pocket. It won't. Same with the AdSense. As I mentioned before, the AdSense revenue goes right back into buying these. Actually, the last one, I also used part of it to buy some 3D printer filament to print these cases. But if you guys have got any ideas, I'm all ears. I'd really love to hear it. So, okay, guys, we're going to wind it down. I'm going to look at these final comments, and we're going to close it out. Wesley said, I think with SPI you just enable the chick select for the display. Yes. We're going to sort that out, Wesley. We're going to work on the 5110 LCD displays. Kurt says, you're doing great. Don't pay me any mind. Thanks, Kurt. Leroy said, that was to Wesley. Scott had to go to sleep. Night, Scott. Glad you could be here. And I think that is about it, guys. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. It helps a lot. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, guys. Love to see you again. I think we're going to make this a regular occurrence. We'll sort down the week, day, and time. Right now, Monday nights work best for me. So we're going to close it out with this, guys. And good luck in all your electronics and other projects. I'm really glad I could spend some time with you guys. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for coming.